Hey everybody, so today I'm going to share with you, you might be wondering, what am I supposed to be eating on the Bye Bye Belly Challenge? So I'm just going to go over a few things with you, give you some ideas, and definitely go through the guide. So the whole point of the Bye Bye Belly Challenge is to make sure that we're covering our 5 pillars of health, which are, healthy eating, getting great quality sleep, exercise, reducing our stress levels, and supplementation. And that's where the Bye Bye Belly Challenge comes in, because we may be getting 4 of those 5 pillars in and we struggle with taking great supplements. So the 28-day personal tracker tool, which is in your guide, you can find this in the files on the Facebook page, and then you can download it and print it off. And we want you to print this off and keep track, because if you've committed to doing the Bye Bye Belly Challenge, it's important for you to track yourself over these 28 days. And so today, before you begin, which is tomorrow, we're starting tomorrow, Monday, September 10th, you need to take your measurements, and this is crucial. Much more important than checking your weight, because if you had watched my original video, your weight can be kind of misleading. But when you lose inches, that's really a great measure, a true testament of you making progress. So please, invest in a tape measure and take measurements of your neck, your chest, your waist, and your hips. And if you have a scale, great, go ahead and take your weight. If you don't worry about it. And also, take before pictures. Have pictures for your start date. Now, it's up to you if you want to post your pictures. We most certainly want to follow up with you and do check-ins and see, from week to week how your progress is going. But if you're not comfortable posting pictures, that's quite okay. But you still, just for your own reference, should take a picture of yourself. And there is a file, a picture that shows you how you should take your pictures. So check that out in the Facebook page. So we're going to be scoring on a scale of 1 to 10 every day over these 5 pillars. And then, all right, so what I want you to do, oftentimes, we treat food as reward systems, or we mindlessly eat while we watch television. But during the Bye Bye Belly Challenge, I want you to think of food as fuel, okay? Good nutrition that's fueling our bodies and giving us the appropriate nutrients that are going to maximize our body and fuel it to its best ability. So we're going to cover what you're going to eat, when, and how. So what I have for you in the daily checklist is every day, days 1 through 28, there is a checklist to make sure that this is to tell you when you're eating. So it starts off your day with a meal replacement shake. Now, if you are already using meal replacement shakes and you don't use them in the morning, maybe you use them in the afternoon, that is okay. If you eat good quality whole foods in the morning to start your day, then do that. Continue to do that. I personally like to use meal replacement shakes during the day when I don't really get whole foods in. And for me, that's lunchtime. I don't really like a lot of lunch type foods, and I'm usually running a lot of errands. I'm on the go. And so to keep me from going through a drive-through, I always have a meal replacement shake in my shaker bottle ready to go. Now, the thing with the meal replacement shakes is they're fabulous just the way they are, and you really only need to mix them with water. Now, if you want to change the texture and make it more of a, like a kind of cold with ice and blend it that way, that's fine, but you really don't need to add anything more to it. So just use water and the shake itself. One thing you can add though, because one thing that we want to try to get in throughout the day in our meals and snacks are vegetables. So I personally haven't done it. I might just try it because I'm intrigued a little bit, but somebody adds spinach leaves to their meal replacement shake in the morning and then blends that up, and you can't even taste it. So if you want to try that, go for it. Okay, so meal replacement shakes in the morning, and that also tells you when to take your meal replacement or your metabolic nutrition system, your daily multivitamins. You're going to take that you have a checklist for that, your meal replacement shake, and then it goes through with mid-morning. You want to check for snacks. 30 minutes before lunch is when you take your second packet. You have a mid-afternoon, that's your Slim and your Biocharge together. And then in the evening you have dinner. And you also have a column of water because we want to make sure that we're getting in plenty of water throughout our day. So use the checklist to keep you on track. Now, the traffic light eating, this sheet has been really helpful for the pilot group that has already gone through, and it just kind of gives you ideas. Like the green lights are mostly vegetables. Vegetables you can eat all the time. I mean, think about it. I don't think I really eat enough vegetables as it is. So one product that you might want to look into from Advocare are the snack shakes. It is plant-based and is also Advo Greens powder that you can add to things. So if you really, maybe you don't really like eating a lot of vegetables and you might need help, well, that's where supplementation comes in. So look into those products, snack shakes or the Advo Greens powder that you can add into things. But vegetables are great. You can eat them all day long, okay, in moderation with, serving sizes. Yellow light foods, these are foods that, yes, you can eat, but you want to slow down. This isn't something that you want to eat all the time, all day long. The lean proteins, for sure, you should be having some kind of protein with each meal or snack. So salmon is a great seafood option. Fish in general, chicken, lean cuts of meat. If you want to eat beef, they have like the 90% lean ground beef. And then, pork is great. Eggs, hard-boiled eggs or eggs that you just make in a skillet. And then they have healthy fats, avocado, nuts, seeds, nut butters, olive oil, and coconut oil. Dairy, yes, you can have dairy, but take it in moderation. Cottage cheese and yogurt. And you want to have hard cheeses, not soft cheeses. And then complex carbs like oatmeal and sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, whole grain tortillas. Yes, you can have them, but not at every meal. And then the red light foods are pretty obvious. We're not saying we're not human, that, we don't come across these things at parties or on the weekends and things. So, just use your best judgment. You just ask yourself, should I really be eating this or not? So this isn't, we're not trying to deprive you of anything, but we just want you to think about, is this really going to fuel my body? But you can also have a reward in a way, treat yourself, but do you have to have the whole thing? Maybe a bite is sufficient enough just to cover that sweet tooth. Now, what to eat. So we went over the list. I have some of the things out here. If you need help with snack ideas, we'll be posting recipes. And in the back of the guide, there's a whole list of things and ideas to help you with snacks and also to help you meal plan. Prepping is, a big part of helping you stay on track. So this calendar, may help you when you go to the grocery store, set up your week on what you're going to feed yourself for dinner or your family, what you need to snack on if maybe getting snacks in are hard for you. So use this to help you plan and prep. If you need some ideas, after you do Biocharge and Slim in the afternoon, 30 minutes after that, you can have your mid-afternoon snack. So that might be a great time to do, a medium-sized apple with a couple tablespoons of a nut butter. One thing, too, is the superhero foods. If you saw the superhero foods, try to make it a challenge and incorporate as many superhero foods into a meal that you can. Let me see, one suggestion was in the morning, or for even a snack, if you have yogurt, that you can add blueberries, because blueberries are a great superhero food. You can add a little bit of some oats on top to kind of give it some texture, and maybe a couple, nuts. And if you eat nuts, make sure that they're not covered in sugar. You want to eat them raw, unsalted, and things. And same thing with fruit. You want to eat fruit in its most natural form. So dried fruits, yes, it's still a fruit, but it's not in its natural form and not just added a ton more sugar than what you really need. So you want to eat them as they are with not adding anything to it. A lot of times, you know, you think if you're eating a salad with chicken, you're eating a healthy meal, but just be careful about what you're adding onto it. So like salad dressings, pay attention to the serving size and, you know, the breakdown of things. So even like this is what my husband uses. He loves the classic oil and vinegar. It has 18 grams of fat, but it's good. It's good fats, good quality fats that he needs. But I literally just do 2 tablespoons, nothing more. It's measured out. So just be careful about what you're adding on to things, how you're seasoning things, like maybe with butter. You know, maybe try coconut oil. It's a great way to flavor your food and get in some good healthy fats. One of the things that I like to do for dinner is to take a sweet potato and, you know, peel it and chop it up into cubes, and then I put a tablespoon of coconut oil in there, and then just a little bit of some pepper and a little bit of salt, and I bake it, and it's delicious, and even my kids like it. You know, helping get some of your vegetables in, like celery. You can use hummus. Hummus is a great bean. It's a lentil. It's on the superhero foods. So, you know, just make sure that you are checking your portion sizes and so that you're not overdoing it. And then also, you know, frozen vegetables are great. They are just as great as fresh vegetables, so don't discount frozen vegetables. These are still awesome. And if you also need help with like some snacks or lunch ideas, tuna is a great, like if you know, can't get great fresh fish, like canned tuna is great. Just, we always get the very low sodium and in water. And then one thing I like to do is chicken breast too, canned chicken breast. I like to add a little bit of, I have a salad dressing that's ranch, but it's like reduced fat. So I only do the serving size of that and a little bit of like buffalo hot sauce. And then it's like hot buffalo chicken, and it's great. And you can wrap that in lettuce. And that's what I also do, you know, like if I make my kids burgers, that I use lettuce to wrap my burger. And I do that also if we go out to a restaurant instead of eating the bun, because that's just a ton of carbs and usually I don't feel that great. It makes me feel weighed down and like you want to take a nap after you eat all that food. So that's something I've done for a long time is just wrap my burgers in lettuce instead. So you're kind of getting your vegetable in and you're not eating those carbohydrates. So just stay tuned during, you know, the Facebook page. You know, every day there will be posts for you, and that's going to include some great recipes too. But, you know, if you have specific questions, if you need help with snacks or meals, just, you know, make a post on the Facebook page and ask, because there are plenty of coaches and a lot of people who've been in AdvoCare for a while who've got some great ideas for you too. So just wanted to go over that. Please print off your guide. We're ready to start tomorrow. I hope that, you know, you've got your day set up for the win, and I'm excited for everybody. And I know that we're gonna have a great week, and we're gonna be checking in. So do your measurements and just stay tuned for posts on the page. So have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.